We talk about Draymond.
UFC.
That should have been for Pascal Siakam right there. You don't rip the ball across your head like that. That's a non-basketball play.
Yeah. But the real question was,
It's not even a question.
hey, look, what is the expression? Can't win for losing, can't lose for winning. I always forget the expression, but I never figured out what that meant. But it applies to Doc Rivers somehow. Like, Doc can't win for losing, lose for winning. Like something, Key, it's not exactly something bad always happens for that guy, but it's something like it. Like, even when the Sixers win, something bad happens and Doc gets pointed to. So the big question was, in this game, why was Embiid even in with 4 minutes left in Game 6? Because the Sixers were up big, not just double digits, 20-something points.
29.
For a lot of that's a 20-something, 29, 25. So Doc was asked about it at the post-game presser.
And the other team had all their guys in, too. The last 5 minutes of the game, we made the run the last minute of that game. Right before that, that's when we got up 29. After Joel made the shot and did the airplane, if you watch the game, I turned and said, I'm calling a timeout on the next possession. So not upset that he was in. You can make that a big deal if you want. But just go and look at every team and every game and their guys are in until about the 4 3-minute mark. That's what it is.
Look, man, I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't know if we'll see Doc Rivers be the head coach of the 76ers next year. It feels like between what happened last year with the Atlanta Hawks, multiple double-digit leads, what's happened throughout this year with him answering back at multiple 3-1 leads, Toronto come back, they won the game. It was a big-time game by Joel Embiid. But there's no way in hell he should be in the game up 29 points. And look, it just works out that way. But I feel like unless they get past the Miami Heat, which I don't have them getting by the Miami Heat, and getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, I don't know how he comes back. It feels like this whole thing is set up for Mike D'Antoni to come in and to coach his team. And Key, here's one other thing about it. I feel like without Joel Embiid, there's several reports he may come back Game 3, Game 4. People are starting to build this narrative about, can James Harden single-handedly keep this team in the series? And I feel like we're going to come out of this whole thing, when it's all said and done, speaking worse about James Harden, because James Harden cannot have that battery pack that he had 4 or 5 years ago when he was in Houston, single-handedly producing 40 points a game, 15 assists. It's not the same James Harden.
Not against the Heat.
And Miami's defense is so good. Look at what they did to Trae Young. We're about to see them do something different to James Harden. So we're going to be talking about James Harden differently than we are even now. And even now, we're not talking about him as great as we used to talk about him.
Well, I think if they steal one and they can figure out how to steal one in these two, now you got an opportunity if Joel Embiid is actually coming back. You guys like this, James Harden, for whatever reason, I'm not one to count them out because in the regular season, he started to fade toward the end and everybody went crazy. His game changed in the playoffs and everybody's like, oh, this is what James needs to do. Now, all of a sudden, he can't do it. So it's kind of like, all right, you saw him. I guess he was out of shape at the end of the year, but then all of a sudden he got in shape at the start of the playoffs. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. You can't go from one extreme to the next in a matter of days. And so I think he can. I want to see it, though. He's been able to do it at times in the past. I believe in the regular season, without Embiid in the lineup, James Harden and company took care of business against Miami. Now, that was in the regular season, different in the playoffs. Miami's defense clearly has gotten better and better and better. But we'll see. I mean, I'm just not one to count him out just yet with 2 games, yet. And with 2 games, you can steal one, and then you get Joel Embiid back, and I think that it's a different situation.
We just showed on TV the ISOs go almost triple when Embiid is off the court for James Harden. That could be bad news against the Miami defense. It's back up now. Isolations per 100 possessions, 11 when Embiid is on the floor, 27 when Embiid is off the floor for Harden, and he's going against a defense that will be prepared to stop that. I want to go back to what Doc Rivers said, though, guys. I'm a Doc fan, but I don't like the way he's been answering some of this criticism. Now, you put yourself in his shoes, and you understand if you're getting criticized for him, your natural instinct's going to be to defend yourself. But there's a way to do it. So first he was like, hey, if you're going to tell the story about the collapses, tell the whole story. That was before the weekend. What about, the fact that I was up in the series with an 8 seed and da-da-da? Okay. But Doc should understand, of course, that that part of the story's been told, and now we're telling this other part of the story because it keeps rearing its head. Now they won the series. Good for him. Now he's being asked point blank, why is Embiid in the game? He should answer that question. Instead, what he said was, everyone's playing their guys at that point. That's not an answer to the question. I'm doing it because everyone's doing it. That's not an answer. And he said, we went up 29, then he did the airplane. Then I was going to take him out. Yeah, but you were up 20-something for a grip with under 5 minutes left in the game. What is he doing in the game? Here's an answer. Listen, the way guys are shooting threes nowadays.
Them 20 points, man, disappear in a heartbeat in the NBA. Jay,
say
you know
that.
that.
Say that.
You know that.
But say that, or you take him out, and if that lead dissipates to 10 or 15, then you put him back in.
Or even just say what Key just said. Hey, the way they're shooting the 3 ball nowadays, that thing can evaporate in a second. He didn't. He said everyone else is doing it. Not a good answer. I agree with Jay, man. If Harden gets shut, if they get by and then Harden gets shut down against the Heat, here comes D'Antoni.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.